what's going on? Chris here from MIXDOWN Online. And as you can tell, it's almost Christmas. And stuff I like to do during Christmas is taking time off. And time off means relaxing and reading books. So I thought of sharing with you my top 5 books related to mixing, production, and recording that came out in 2019. Alright, so now if you're new here on the channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, to click the notification bell so you stay informed every time I release a new video. And if you enjoyed this video, share and like. Alright, so now let's start with book number 1, and just so you know, they are not in a specific order. So I'm going to start with the first one that is called The Ultimate Mixing Tips Booklet from Mixing Tips. Now, Mixing Tips is an Instagram channel that you need to follow. So if you're on Instagram, on top of following MIXDOWN Online, follow Mixing Tips. He has an amazing Instagram account, very cool stuff, and now he came up with his book, The Ultimate Mixing Tips Booklet. This is a downloadable PDF ebook, and it has more than 140 pages of mixing tips and tricks and secrets. Whether you're new to mixing or you're a professional mixing engineer, you will enjoy this ebook. Okay, so I highly recommend it. So the Ultimate Mixing Tips Booklet by Mixing Tips from Instagram. So check it out. The link is going to be in the description down below. Oh yeah, that's my daughter. Hey Kay.
Hey.
So
Hi.
she's the one behind most of the video editing for my channel.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. I want to have a piece of apple. Look at that.
There you go.
Okay. Now this is so good.
I know, right?
Apple and peanut butter.
Delicious.
Just amazing.
Okay, bye now.
Thanks. The next book is a step-by-step mixing by my good friend Bjorgvin Benneticksson. How to create great mixes using only 5 plugins. Bjorgvin has been blogging for 10 years. Writing more than 1,000 articles on mixing, recording, and music production. So he's been around. And this book is quite interesting because it focuses on using 5 types of plugins to make great mixes. So step-by-step mixing by Bjorgvin Benneticksson. Okay, now I'm gonna go downstairs in the studio for the rest of this vlog. Then we have the Working Class Audio Journal Volume 1 from my good friend Matt Boudreau, navigating the world of recording with a working class perspective. Matt has a very, very good podcast going on, the Working Class Audio Podcast, where he interviews a bunch of key players from the music industry, mixers, recordists, producers, musicians. So it's a very good podcast to listen to. And what he did with his book was to gather some interviews from his podcast and put them in this very cool book. Now, one of the guests featuring in his book is Andrew Sheps, which is one of my favorite mixers out there. And his interview with Andrew is quite amazing, so it's all in there. So check it out, Working Class Audio Journal, Volume 1 with Matt Boudreau. Next, we have the new one from Mixerman. I don't know if you heard of Mixerman before, aka Eric Serafin. He's an author, a producer, a mixer. He's the one behind the daily adventures of Mixerman. So this is another very cool one to put your hands on. So his new book is called The Musician's Survival Guide to a Killer Record. This book is aimed for musicians who are writing their own songs and want to self-produce themselves, recording and mixing their own music and mastering their own music. So this is what Eric Serafin is aiming with this book. So it is full of very good content on recording, setting up your home studio, mixing, mastering, all for the home musician. Even if you have knowledge with recording and mixing, this is a very good book to put your hands on. So check it out, The Musician's Survival Guide for a Killer Record. Now the last book on my list. Now this one was released, I think it was at the end of 2018, so I'm going to count it for 2019. And this one is called The Mixing Mindset by my Canadian brother Mike Indovina from Toronto. Now this one is the step-by-step formula for creating professional rock mixes from your home studio. This is a very good book, especially if you're into rock music. But even if you're not, you are gonna get a lot of good knowledge out of this book, whether you're new to mixing or you're an experienced mixer. And like Matt Boudreau, Mike has also a podcast called Master Your Mix Podcast, so check it out. So there you go, those books were my top favorite that came out in 2019. In a future video, I'm going to share with you my top books on music production and mixing of all time, but this is going to be for another video. Until then, if you have any suggestions that you want us to read as a community, I'll leave all of those below, and also if you have questions and other comments, you can leave everything down in the comment section below. If you're new here on the channel, feel free to subscribe to click the notification bell. And for all of you guys, if you enjoyed this video, please share and like. So I'm gonna wish you a Merry Christmas, and if you're watching this video in the middle of July, I'm just gonna wish you a nice day. All right, my friends, take care, and until next time, see ya.